know more than any beauty editor. So please talk me through kind of, you know, when you do your lingerie, you said to me, I don't just think about myself, I think about the woman who's going to wear it. Was that a similar approach to your makeup?
Of course. Well, first and foremost, what I really wanted to create was a makeup range that was built for the woman on the go. The everyday woman on the go, versatile pieces that were easy to use on the go.
I think your range looks to me like a really good way, even for people who are maybe scared of makeup, to start building a bit of a makeup wardrobe. And what tips would you give, like if you were now going to go from this to tonight, what's kind of an easy, because I think a lot of girls, especially, you know, a lot of your customers, you know, working women or have kids and they're busy, and you know, you have a beautiful day look and then you want to just take it what would you do, or what do you recommend?
Pump it up. Well, I actually am a really big fan of these cream eyeshadow sticks, and they are so good for the girl on the go because they just, you can throw them into your handbag. I mean, look at these. Throw those into your handbag, and these are really, really buildable and so easy to use. So you could just rub it onto your eye like that, and you've got a sort of quite a dark, dramatic eye, or you could start to blend it out with a brush or your finger, and they're kind of foolproof. I mean, you could literally
So gorgeous.
apply that on the back of a tractor and you would end up with a beautiful look. And they all work with each other. That's the other thing about the collection, was I wanted everything to work with each other. So somebody could come in, buy an eye palette one week and a mascara and a cheek palette, and then come back a few months later and add to their collection, and it would work with what they've already got. It's versatile and it's easy to use and interchangeable.
It looks so and feels so luxurious. There's a lot of talk now, you know, especially with YouTube and Instagram, I think a lot of emphasis on tools.
Yes.
And there's good quality, there's, you know, it's hard to get good quality brushes at a decent price. Talk to me about how important it was and which brushes are the ones that you are really
Well, we've started
important.
off with just 4 brushes, which was important to me, that we had brushes that we could use with the collection. They're synthetic, which is great, so they're cruelty-free. And this is an eyeshadow brush. And so, and this is just, again, really easy to use. I would also actually use this, I could even use it for powder or anything underneath the eyes. This, of course, is a big bronzing brush.
That'll be mine.
Yes.
I love
And
bronzer.
that is, it can be used actually all over the face and even all over the body. This brush, which is great for contouring because it's the slanted brush.
And you would use that with the cream?
You could, I mean, I like to use brushes with cream.
Yeah.
I mean, I apply most of my makeup with my hands because I'm kind of always on the go. But I would use this for blusher, or I'd use this one for blusher, and I'd use this one for contouring, or even for powder under the eyes and things like that. We've actually got 4 eyeshadow palettes, which is a fair amount to start with. This one is called I Feel Like $1 Million. I named everything, and they're all kind of, all the names are sort of related to me in some way. And these colours actually were inspired by one of the lingerie collections a few seasons ago that I did with Susie Jenkinson, the head of lingerie.
You could see that literally as having that, you can do a day look, you can do an evening look.
Exactly.
What's in your handbag right now?
In my handbag right now is my iPhone, my passport always is in my handbag, usually some form of paperwork for something or other to do with my day, so my schedule. And at the moment, or over the last couple of months, have been my five-minute products. I've had the samples, I've been playing around with those, I've just been able to throw them in, and that's what's been keeping me going through the day.
What was the last emoji you used?
I think it's like the only emoji I use is the laughing, crying face. When you
That's
know
a good
you've done
one.
something naughty and you're going.
What were the last 3 songs you listened to on your iPhone?
Adele,
Yes.
Hello, Drake, Hotline Bling, and I was just looking at this before, and Mozart.
Oh,
I was having a massage,
great.
and I like to
love
listen
it.
to Mozart when I'm having a
Eclectic.
massage, yeah.
What was your best and worst Valentine's gift?
My worst Valentine's gift ever was from one of my first boyfriends, and he gave me a stack of, they weren't Post-it notes, but you know, like the kind of stack of notes that you keep by the phone, you tear them off.
Yeah.
A stack of those with a pencil and a statue of a unicorn. Really generous of him. Really thought about that. I think I might have picked it up in the corner shop or something. The best Valentine's gift I've ever received would be a pair of vintage Art Deco earrings.
Oh wow.
Diamond earrings, yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Finish this sentence. I would queue overnight for...
There's not much I would queue overnight for, I'm not going to lie. For, I'd probably queue overnight for family or friends. That's about it.
Well, that's the
I wouldn't say
answer.
yeah, I would say there's nothing that would get me out. There's not much that would get me out of bed, to be honest.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex.